Following with Stamp Crazy with Allison. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Westminster, British Columbia in Canada, just right outside Vancouver. So welcome to my friends who join me on Sundays at 10 a.m. and to anyone who's new who hasn't watched, or if you're watching on a replay, I really appreciate you giving me some time where we can craft together. So I'm a little bit late this morning. My apologies. Hopefully you guys will find me. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you live in Canada and I can help you in any way, please reach out. And also, if you need a catalog, well, our new catalog. Kim, hello, friend. Haven't seen you in a while. How are you? How are you doing? I'm going to show you a bundle that is adorable. It's from the January to April 2026. Oh, I still can't get used to it, even though it's February 2026 mini catalog. I'm offering a class. It's coming up on the 21st of February, which means I have to get your card kits in the mail this week, so you'll get them in time for the class. Normally I do classes with my buddy, Ange McKay. This class I'm doing independently from her. Hi, Alexina. How are you? Hi, Bobby. Oh, you're always so cold in Virginia. But in the summer, it's hot, right? I think it gets hot in the summer. Yeah. So just to let you know, if you're looking for a link to join this class with Ange, she's not doing this one with me, just like she does her own thing sometimes too. So check out the link and hope you'll join me for class. Good morning, Keisha. How are you, friend? How you doing? So this strikes me as a bundle that you would have, Keisha, because you like cute stuff. It's just a guess. I'm just guessing. So I'm going to hide myself and we're going to get started. So thanks for coming, you guys. I appreciate it. So a couple of things. I'm talking about my class, February 21st. Let me move these over. I treated myself to a new, it's not new. I have these, when we were younger, maybe they still have it. What was it called? Mac Tack or something? You could put it in your cupboards and stuff. So that's basically what this is. And I've just put it on both sides of a foam pad. So I like to do that. And I like the light color as opposed to the dark color because I think it's easier to see projects. Anyway, that's an aside. But I see I've got, like, it's not high tech here. So you can see I've got a bit of a fold, I guess. Okay, so class. It's beautiful here too, Kim. We are enjoying absolutely fantastic weather, aren't we, on the West Coast? Touch wood, touch wood, touch wood. This isn't real wood, but knock on wood. So we're very lucky. My husband took our dog out for a walk right now, and usually we take a 20-minute walk, but he's been gone for a while because it's so beautiful. Hi, Ellie. Hi, Leanne. How are you? Okay, so what does the class come with? It comes with half a package. I chose, it's a bundle, it's not a suite. So I had to kind of look through the catalog and decide what would coordinate. And this is, you probably haven't even noticed this paper. This is Mixed Up Patterns, which is exactly what it is. It's just a bunch of things that don't really go together, but they work awesome independently, right? I like this one. I like those swirls. So the colors are Balmy Blue, Bubble Bath. I had to think. Bubble Bath. Strawberry Slush. Yeah, I don't know what other colors. Oh, Old Olive. Here's the other side. Old Olive, Darling Duckling, Secret Sea. So you kind of get an interesting color combination. So you're going to get 6 12 by 12 sheets cut in half so I can mail them to you. Then I thought, well, what goes with that? Well, a lot of in colors are in here. So I picked the 2025, 2027 in color flat pearls. So you get a full pack of that. And then I wanted to focus on that bubble bath. I don't know, there's something about this adorable suite that reminds me of babies. But I picked the bubble bath ribbon. This is really thin. It's 1/8 of an inch. It's faux linen. I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, it's like it's not a foam pad, Kim. It's sort of like you would buy it for your desk, like a big mouse pad. Think of it as like a gigantic mouse pad. It's probably 24 inches long by 18 inches wide this way. And then I just bought this kind of Mac tacky and I just stuck it on both sides because I couldn't get the color I wanted. Freezing in Toronto. I know. I'm so sorry, you guys. I really, really, really am. I sincerely am. I don't know what to say. I read the news and it said that we're not expected to get snow, touch wood, again, touch wood, in Vancouver for the first time in 43 years. So please, right? Because we don't have snow blowers and stuff. Well, some people do, but my husband doesn't, and I always worry about him going out there. Okay, we're also going to make 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each. And I was working on a little fun add-on project. And it's this. I haven't finished it, so I'm hesitant to show you, but I wanted to because you should register for this class this weekend if you can. But look at this cute little bag. When I joined Stampin' Up! 24 years ago, there was a woman who came to do like an opportunity event 24 years ago. Oh. And anyway, or whatever it was, 23. I can't remember. Was it? I guess it was 2022. So 23 years ago. Okay. And she took just a regular envelope, right, and made it into a gift bag. And I thought, let's bring that back. So I've been working on this. So I'm not quite finished. I want to put some other things up here, maybe some clouds or something. But anyway, super cute. We're going to make that as part of our class. So come join me at the class. Okay. It's, how much is it? $50, I think. But you get a lot of stuff. Oh, and we craft together 21st of February. And then I have a PDF, and also you can watch the recordings later. So won't miss anything. Now, let's start. So this particular bundle is a punch, and a lot of people like punches, right? And then it reminded me years ago, we had a trick for doing this. Because if you're doing multiples, like if you're only stamping this one here and you turn it over and you're punching it out, okay, you can waste a little bit of paper. But sometimes if you're making multiples, you want the bell, you want the bow, you want the head of the sheep, you want the body, and maybe you want to just do a whole bunch to have them ready to go. So here's a little tip that I'm going to show you that we hopefully will work. I am doing a card today, but I'm just showing you a tip. Okay. Got the whole suite. Yes. Yeah, of course you did, because it's so cute. All right. So what I did was I took a piece of our thick white and I punched it out. Okay. So I basically created like a little stencil here. I guess that's what I'd call it, template. Okay. And then I'm going to use my Stampin' Positioner only because I find that it's easier to do that. So I'm going to take a piece of white. Actually, I don't even have to do that yet. Sorry. I have to think about what I'm doing. I'm just going to put this down, you guys, and I'm going to hold it in place with the magnets. Then I'm going to take the stamps. So let me grab those. So the only stamps that it's going to cut out is this sheep. So I'm going to just put that in there. You can feel it where it's going to grab it. I can feel it. Okay. And then I need the face. Oh, it's over here because I'm using it today. And I got my face. So again, you can feel it grabbing. And I need a bell. I haven't used this set much, so I'm not even sure which bell it is. I think it's this one. I think it's this one. Forgive me for not having, tried it very well there. Okay. And then I've got a bow. Bow. Am I using the bow today? Oh, I guess I am. So here's the bow. Let's stick that in there. So they all fit back in like a little puzzle. Can you see that? And actually, I think the easiest thing is to put these in first, these little guys, because you can easily fit back in the face. Oop, I'm lying. Okay. Now, you may think to yourself, oh, this is a lot of trouble. Why is she doing this? Because once you get them in here, then you can repetitively stamp it. So I'm going to show you. It's not, this isn't for a one-time stamp, really. Okay. I'm going to just hope that works. Oh, hi. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Okay, so let's remember. Love this. Remember, we've got the little pegs up here, and we've got the holes here, and Stampin' Up's facing up so we can read it. Okay, so there we go. I put Embossing Buddy on my fingers. Oh, okay. My brilliant friend Leanne, Stamp Chatter, you got to follow her on YouTube, you guys. Stamp Chatter. She has said if you put your Embossing Buddy, if you rub it kind of on your fingertips, oh, Leanne, you're so brilliant. That kind of de-sticks them, I guess, and then we can put those in a little bit easier. Does that make sense? So now we're just picking that up, okay? And I'm going to remove this. This is my little stencil. I don't need that anymore. And then we're going to put down, I just grabbed a piece of scrap, so we'll do this. Let me just see where that's going to line up. Oop. It's going to line up. And yeah, I think that's pretty good. Maybe I'll move it down just a titch, because the other thing is you kind of want to get your paper the right size so that your punch can get in there, but I think that looks good. Okay, so now we're going to take, Leanne has awesome ideas. Plus, she's a fantastic stamper. She's the one that kind of got me excited about this. I just realized something. I've picked the wrong bow, but that's okay. You know what? We're just going with it. My project, when we get to the project, it'll be good. So then we can stamp this. So this is wrong. I should have used the one that was the outline. So we can just kind of ignore that one, I think. Okay, so you can see, then I can put another piece of paper in, another piece, and so on, right? Because when I come to do my, is that the right one? Do you ever have a feeling that you've messed up? I think I've kind of messed up. Huh, messed up. Aww. No, I haven't. It's just from the wrong side. Phew, phew, phew. Let's cut this down because you want your punch has to get through. So measure your piece and make them all the same size, and then you just repeat, repeat, repeat. Now when we put this in, I want to show you why I did this. Can you see, you guys, that this is lined up? These are all lined up perfectly. So even though it's a little messy there with my, woo, there we go, a little messy with my bits, you've got your pieces that all line up. And that ugly bow that I did wrong has flown somewhere, but we don't need it because it was the wrong thing. Is that fun? Have you guys ever done that before? It's kind of a really old technique. Used to do it years ago. I've been around a long time, which is why I found that, oh, I could make a little gift bag out of an envelope. Do I care? Apart from the rugby yesterday, I hope you had avoided the cold snap. Oh, there's no cold snap here. It's my other friend, Leanne, in Australia, Perth, where they're usually dying of the heat. She doesn't like the heat. She likes coming to Vancouver in the winter. This winter, it's like 18. Well, we've had 14, 18. I don't know what it is today. What is it today, Kim? What's the temp? Anyway, here we go. So isn't that great? Do you guys remember that? I've also seen people stamp inside the stencil. Yeah. I guess you could. Yeah, why wouldn't you? Of course. Yeah, you could. You could. I just do it this way. I don't know. I thought it was a smart thing that I remembered from a while ago. My brain isn't always on, so I'm always happy when I remember stuff. Okay, so let me take my little face off. I need my face. And I need my bow. And I don't need these two, so I'm going to put those back in my case. I'm not good at it. Yeah, I just find this one easier, right? I've seen that too, Kim. I'm started going back into my memory banks too, where, what the heck did we used to do? We used to cut out a whole bunch of shapes. Do you remember that, you guys? Okay, we used to cut out a whole bunch of shapes, like with a die. Or I guess we could punch it, right? And then you take your, your die. Let's say this is a die, okay? And I've cut out my die, let's say, okay? So this is kind of, I might even put this down with repositionable tape. And you stick your die in here. And then you just repeat, stamp. And you just go stamp, stamp, stamp. So instead of punching out them when they're already, or die cutting them when they're already like this, you actually create one that's blank and then you stamp in it. You're right. Done that, Kim. I've done that. I think this one's a little bit of a different technique, I think. By the way, always put the word front so you know which way it's going. Okay, so hopefully that's a tip that you guys can use. All right, let's get started on our card, for heaven's sakes. It's 12. It's 12 degrees here. So for my friends that don't use Celsius, that would be, what's 24 and 32? Somebody do the math. Somebody do the math for Bobby. 22 and 30. I can't think. 24 and 32 is 56. 56 degrees, Bobby, roughly. So yeah, warm. It's around 1 o'clock. So you guys, if you can make it to Vancouver by 1 o'clock, you're going to enjoy the sun. And it's sunny. It's so beautiful. We're sorry. I don't need to rub these things in. Anyway, I was saying if you wanted to do a whole bunch of these, then you can put them in your little case, right? And then you've always kind of got them. You got a bunch of them. Okay? All right. Let's make our card. I'm going to start with Bubble Bath. I love Bubble Bath. Bubble Bath. I think it's, is it in color? Probably. I can never remember what's in colors and what's not, but then if it's an in color, we need to keep this. Okay. Hi, Marilyn. How are you? 56. Thank you. 56. Oh, so yeah, I usually double it and add 32. So that's right. Oh, pretty good. Okay, I've got a piece of, remember we were talking about the DSP that comes in the kit, right? Actually, that looks kind of nice on the green side, actually. If you wanted it a little bit, more contrast. I'm not so sure I don't like that. I was originally going to put this one down. But you know what? I think I'm going to go with this one. Should we do one a little bit different and then we get the two different looks? I think so. So this one would be Old Olive. But the Old Olive and the Bubble Bath go really nice together. Okay. Speaking of dogs, there's my dog home. Oh, I forgot to do something first. Okay. The first thing I want to do is I want to tie some ribbon. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good, Marilyn. I'm glad you're good. I think I'm going to need, I don't even know how much ribbon I'm going to need. I'm having one of those days. You guys are all my regulars. Thank goodness. Because you'd be like, everyone can have a day where they mess up, right? So I kind of messed this up. So I'm going to just do it like this and tie it when it's on the card. Because, that sounds easy, right? Especially today when I'm kind of messing up. So let's glue this down. Okay. Then we'll tie this in a bow. Not the way I would have done it, you guys, but now, Leanne, I need a tip for having glue on my fingers. Do you guys do that too? There's two things that are inevitable when you're making a card, especially live. You get ink on your fingers, which gets on your project. You get glue on your fingers and you can't let go, right? Kind of those two things in life that are inevitable. Let's do it. There we go. I got a little bit longer than I need, but I'm going to leave that for now because, I might want it a little bit longer. Oopsie moments. I'm new watching. Oh, hi, Kimberly. We do 24 degrees in North India. You know what? 24. Did you hear our talking that it's where I am in Vancouver? It's 56, which I would imagine it is in Seattle, or close to that temp, because we're just 3 hours north of Seattle. Go Hawks! Anyway, that's my what do you call it? Shout out for the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, my sister Mo bought Leanne and I this soap, and it takes off all sorts of ink. I can't. Oh, lava soap. I think. Yeah. All right, gosh, we're not making cards very quickly here, but here we go. It's like grass. Oh, it's like grass. I missed something. It's like grass. Oh, the green. You know what, Kim? Brilliant. Kim says this pattern looks like grass. Oh, and it's going to work perfectly for this card. Good thing it was running the right way, right? Like this. Okay. So what have I got? I've got a square here. This is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Pretty sure that's what it is. Let's measure. Oops, let's measure it. Pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. I want to add sort of a faux sky and grass. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is stamp my little sheep body. So let's grab our sheep body. I'm going to use basic gray, although a Secret Sea is a really nice color to use if you don't want to use black. And oh, I've got to get my little body going here. So she's leaping. So here she's leaping. I think about there. Okay, there she is. Excuse me. Now, what I did was, you guys, on my original card, let me just find it, I used our masking, and it's not really masking tape. It's like you can create masks. So here it's called masking paper. Okay, so when you use masking paper, you stamp your image on the masking paper. It's kind of double-sided. And then you cut it out. And you end up with, just grab my mask, because you can reuse it. Sorry, I dropped something. I'm coming back. Oh my goodness. What a day. Here's my little mask I left up here. I hope I can get it off. Go. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so this can be used over and over, okay? Your son lives in Hamilton? Yeah, it's not so warm there. Okay, so we want to stick this down on top, okay? So what we're doing is we're I see I ripped it a bit, but that's okay. Because I don't want the blending that I'm going to put on this to actually go over my little sheep, okay? So I'm protecting it. So I'm going to grab some Lemon Lawn Twist, and I've got my blending brush. So you kind of load it up, but rub off because you don't want it too dark, okay? It's a bit dark. And then I'm going to go on to my project. Okay, so this is basically, I think, where the grass would be. Okay, and then I'm going to grab Balmy Blue. I just picked the colors that were in the Designer Series paper, even though I'm not using them. +1 and Sunny. You know what? Sunny's good. Sunny's good, right? And Marilyn, and if you dress for it, it's okay, right? So let's load this up. I think I need to re-ink my Balmy Blue. Okay, so let's put our and I remember I said start off because you don't want these blotches, but when you're creating a sky, it can actually give the illusion of clouds. So it's kind of like not the way you do it, but on purpose you should do it. Right? Okay, so let's remove our little mask. Let's see. Oop, can you see that it didn't color over my sheep? I'm going to put that back in my, because you can reuse this over and over, right? Okay, next, let's color the sheep. So I grabbed light smoky slate. I want to add just a little bit. I'm going to color in the legs. But I'm not coloring this whole sheep in. I'm just adding a little bit to certain parts of the body. Okay. All right. Pretty simple, right? Now, my little bow, I think what I did was I did stamp the bow on here, but it's not really going to work. So I'm going to just do something else in a minute. Okay. Next, I need a head. And remember we did the one earlier? I'm just going to use the one I used for the stencil. So might as well grab it and use it. This is why it's good to just punch a whole bunch. And you're not wasting paper, right? Because we're using that template. Okay, just get a little bit of shading around there. And I'm going to grab, I love this color. I love Bubble Bath. So let's give our little sheep some little rosy cheeks and maybe a little rosy nose. There we go. Okay. Now, I've just noticed I'm quite a ways away. So I think what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to just go down a little bit closer to my project so you can see it. Is that a little bit better? Okay. Alrighty. So for this, I'm going to be adding my little head. But I need, this piece but I just need a little scrap. What the heck was this for, I wonder? I don't know. I'm going to use it. I want that little bow. Okay, so I'm going to grab my bows. I've got an outside, like a outline, and then an inside, so to speak. So let's grab Strawberry Slush, which is another color. Ooh, that was weird, that focusing, wasn't it? I'm going to just stamp that. Now, which way does see, this is why I love the stencil, right? So it kind of is like this. I'll just see if this works. I'm going full strength. Then I'm going to, the inside I'm going to stamp off once. And can I see what I'm doing here? Yeah, there we go. So there's our bow. You might think, why did she do that upside down? Because I looked at the punch and the bow was kind of upside down. So that's kind of why I did it. So you see how much I'm going to waste here? Can you see? So we've got these. Now we can use the Kim trick of then using these and just sticking them in the stencil. So that'll work, Kim. Your other idea, right? We're going to take this. We're going to use the stamp positioner and we can just stamp it and then remove it. So there's ways around it. Here's my little bow. Grab that. And let's glue our little bow to our little sheep. I'm going to use a glue dot. Oh, can you hear my dog playing with her toy? I've never had a dog play with so many toys. She has about 10 of them scattered all over the house. When you're going out for a walk, she runs and grabs one because she thinks it can come with her. It's kind of cute. Although, you know, I sort of thought, oh, isn't that cute? She would have made a good little mother. And then I think about it and think, no, actually she wouldn't. I don't think she's the mothering type. Okay, so there we got our bow. Come on, stick on there. Here's our little bow. Or, you know what would have been cute on this one too is there's a little cowbell. That would have been cute because this isn't really there. Come on, stick on there. Good enough. Let's grab dimensionals. I sometimes use dimensionals as my, let's see how I want this to go, right? As my adhesive, right? Oh, see, now I'm too close and you can't see anything. So back up. Here we go. Let's put this little guy on. So I think we should have her little head kind of cocked that way. That's what I think. Okay, so there's our next element. Then we've got, I've got this piece. It is 2 by 3 3¼ That doesn't really make sense. It should be 4¼ So 3 by 4¼ Is it? No, 2 by 3¼ Okay, 2 by 3¼ All right, let's grab these tulips. So they look like this. So you can do the tulips, you can do the leaves, you can do the tulips, like the coloring in the tulips. And we're going to do all of that. So, but it's going to be really quick. You're not going to believe how fast it is. Okay. So I am going to use the basic gray only because I use the basic gray on my sheep. Okay. So let's put this down on a piece of grid paper so we have a chance of getting this straight. Oop. And think about there. Although I have not found that this is hard to line up, she says. And then she won't line it up. But it'll be good enough because you won't see very much of it. So I'm not going to worry too much about it having it perfect. But that's pretty good. Let's color these in with. Lemon Lime Twist will be our leaves. And Daffodil Delight will be the actual color of the tulips. So tulips, here we go. See, I've got, see, look what I did. I hate that. Hopefully I can cover it up with something. I think I can. I think I have an idea. Okay, now we're going to do the leaves. I love, this one actually lines up really well. I just have to find where it's lining up. There we go. So both ends of these have kind of half leaves. There we go. And then I want to add some sky. So I'm not worried. Remember we did the masking before? I'm not worried about this one having to need as much masking. So I'm just going to grab some blue and just kind of go on the top here. I'm not too worried because, as I say, it's some, and I could actually add a little bit of green if I wanted to the bottom. Why not? Should we do that too? Let's do that. Maybe that'll cover up my little, I don't even know what that is. Strawberry slush, maybe. There we go. Okay. Who's still hanging in with me? You've all gone off to do something? Because I'm not usually this long. But I wanted to show you how to do that, lining up your pieces, right, in the template. I think that's important. Okay, so there we go. Now we got one more thing to do, and that is a sentiment. So I've got a piece of strawberry slush. Let's use our embossing buddy, get rid of all of that, those oils in our fingertips. Got my Versamark. Got my saying, sending flowers and sunshine. And I'm just going to stamp it down here. I'm sort of near the bottom. And then I will trim this down. But this way I only have to trim one edge. I don't have to trim both. There we go. And all of that goes back. I'm trying to think of what time it is for my buddy in Perth. It's 10:30 here. It's like, I don't know. That's an obscene time of morning where you are. Leanne, can't you sleep? It's like, what is it, like 5 or 6 in the morning? Yikes. Okay, we'll just set that. Ah, thanks, Kim. It's so adorable. And I know some of them we can't cut out with or punch out. But, you know, I'm looking at them and they're not that hard to actually cut out. Right? You could fussy cut them. Can't believe I'm saying that, but you could. Excuse my arm. I'm just going to grab my little trimmer and I want to trim this down. So that looks about right. That looks good. Okay. Let's trim this off. And trim that off. And let's move all of this out because we're going to start putting this together. So here's all our little bits. Here's our card. And I remember I'm going to trim those off. I just don't know where I want to put them yet. Okay, so let's glue this down. Now this card is super cute, and I want to just say something about it. Sometimes we all get what I would call losing our mojo, right? Where we can't think of anything. We're just like stuck. Everyone gets stuck. So what I do when I get stuck on something is I go and look online at what the concept artists at Stampin' Up! Have done. Or if you have a hard copy of the catalog, you can look in there. And that's what I've done with this card. I'm going to show you in a sec, but I just want to figure out where I want this. I love that, Kim, you said that this looks like grass, because it really does. It actually, I never thought of it. It actually looks like grass, doesn't it? So should we put that on? And I'm wondering if I guess I'll pop this up. I know her head's popped up, but there's no point. I mean, it's okay to pop up something else just to give it a little bit of balance here. So let's put this little guy here. Okay, and then these guys, I think we can trim a little bit. So let's trim off. Okay, there we go. Sort of like a little, there we go. That looks good. And then we're going to add some of those embellishments that you're going to get with your class. So check out the class. I'm going to use the strawberry slush ones. Oop. Strawberry slush, there we go. And strawberry slush, and I guess I could use these. This is cloud cover, and I suppose that kind of ties in. And let's use the yellow because we've got the yellow. Oops, tulips. Okay, so then we've got our triangle, right? Isn't that cute? So that's today's card. This was yesterday's. I used the opposite side of the designer series paper. Okay. Okay. Super cute. It's such a cute set, Pam. It's so cute. Were you here this whole time and I just didn't see you say, oh, you're late. You're late for the party. Well, go back and watch because, Pam, I've shown you some tips on how to line up the punch with all the little bits, and I hope it's helpful. Plus, I'll also tell you about my class too, so check that out. So let's look at some other cards that I have. My sister Ellie sent me this card. Isn't that cute? You know, I don't use these everyday arch dies. I'm going to start using them a little bit more. Okay. Then this one I got in a swap. I don't know how Jen did this. She lined up all these tulips times like 8 people. Like, oh my gosh. She's like fantastic. Oh, she's also added Wing Castella. I just noticed that, which is kind of cute. My friend Leanne, Stamp Chatter, who we've been talking about, check out the card she made. Is that like the cutest card ever? Love it. And then this one here, my sister Ellie made, but Ellie told me that she also got inspired by the catalog. And that's okay, right? So if you ever get stuck, you guys, don't think, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Just go to the catalog or go online and have a look. I'll show you what I mean. Let me skip the, okay. So here's where Woolly Friends is. It's on page 51. And there's my sister's card. She's made it a little bit different. Okay. And then here's today's card, the one that I cased, right? Although I do like Kim pointing out the green. I think the green makes it pop a little more. Which one do you guys like, the green back or the bubble bath? This is just the front and back of the same paper. Okay, and don't forget my class. I'm working on this cute little gift bag that I made out of a plain envelope. So I'm gonna show you how to do that in the class. So, okay, all right. I'm gonna bring this back. There we go. I think I missed a whole bunch of comments, so I'm gonna go back and have a look. Okay, that's so bland, lasts forever, right? Okay, I think I've got everybody. Okay, well, thanks for hanging in, you guys. We're a lot later. Oh, 10 minutes, that's not bad. pink all the way, like this one. Okay, Pam says pink. Kathy, oh, hi, Kathy, how are ya? Kathy likes the green one. Marilyn likes the green one. Oh, Pam, is it Petunia, Pink, Pop, and Pretty in Pink that are leaving? Oh, gosh, what are we going to do? Maybe they'll have I hate to say it, maybe they'll have a color refresh and they'll add those because honestly, definitely Pretty in Pink. We just do not, I mean, Bubble Bath's nice. We just don't have, that Pretty in Pink is a perfect pink, right? Which is why they brought it back, I guess. All right, guys, so hopefully I'm giving you some ideas to use the woolly sheep, woolly friends. And you'll join our class on the 21st, or my class, sorry. I'm just doing this one by myself. So check the link afterwards and hope to see you there. All right, you guys. You like the pink one, Keisha? See, I got 2 pinks, 2 greens. Okay. Oh, and Kim, Miss Diplomat, said she loves them both. Yeah. Yeah, it's so cute. Wouldn't this be cute for a baby card, though? Oh my gosh, if you just change this. Oh, so cute. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching. I will see you hopefully again on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. And until then, happy stamping, everybody, and have a great day wherever you are. Bye for now.